This project has been such a huge success because it brings benefits in so many different ways. Operationally, economically, environmentally, and even with respect to energy security.
We did foster a high degree of communication and collaboration with all parties, both on the contractor community and within the Navy community, not only locally here at Great Lakes, but throughout the entire NAVFAC community, to make sure we were getting the best minds involved and we're executing the smartest program that we could.
The goal with the teams that worked on this was to determine the right size, the right fix for the base and the plant.
The number of players involved grew as we got more and more involved with this. Certainly the staff from Ameresco, both on the engineering and project management aspect, the business aspect when we were dealing with the contract negotiations. On the NAVFAC community, we also employed, beyond just the local engineering and utilities staff, we brought in the Navy in-house expertise from the Navy Engineering Facility Service Center. We engaged our, at that time, parent command at Southern Division in Charleston. We also brought in the thermal plant experts from Norfolk, Virginia, and involved them heavily in this, as well as an additional set of eyes. Passing the evaluation, the upcheck from all of those parties, we had a very high degree of confidence in moving forward and marketing this up through the Navy chain.
At NAVFAC Midwest and at Great Lakes here, we're really proud of what's been kind of a long history of energy savings projects and perhaps the most substantial energy saving program Navy-wide.
After the first 4 years, there was huge recognition of the loads in the steam plant going down because of those efficiencies that were being performed at all of these buildings that we provided steam to.
We then hit the distribution system with a couple of projects to replace old steam and condensate lines, put in new higher efficiency lines, cut down on the leakage that we had from some of the oldest lines on the base, as you could imagine, and put together a really tight distribution system. And then kind of the crown jewel of this entire effort was the Cogen project. Now that we had reduced demand, we had a properly functioning distribution system, we no longer needed to produce as much steam for the base-wide heating load, and we were able to come in with the smaller, more efficient set of boilers and the new gas turbines with their heat recovery steam generators to meet this need.
This is a $35 million project that'll pay for itself in less than 10 years, and then we'll start returning to the Navy up to $4 million a year in energy cost savings. That plant has seen everything from coal to diesel fuel oil, and now to gas turbine generators.
One of the unique challenges of this project was we, of course, had to keep the entire plant operational during construction.
While they were installing the new gas turbines and the heat recovery steam generators, we had to continue to maintain operations so the Navy's only boot camp could continue to churn out sailors. The main savings we get from this project is through the use of the heat recovery steam generators. They allow us to use the waste heat off of the gas turbines that generate electricity. The waste heat from those gas turbines then essentially makes steam for free.
With the addition of Cogen, now we have on-site generation, which provides us a significant measure of energy security.
By introducing the gas turbines, we've increased the availability to generate 11 megawatts of electricity for the base that we didn't have before, which means it's money from the government that doesn't have to be paid to an outside source to provide us that energy, and we still have the ability to provide all of the steam required to the clients at no additional cost.
We're able now to generate 100% of our electrical requirement during the winter and more reliably generate the steam that is the lifeblood of the base here in the wintertime.
It allows for us in the wintertime to produce virtually all the power required to operate the entire NAVSTAY region at Great Lakes with electricity, and gives us 50% capability in the summer.
So the base has now clearly a more reliable supply of both electricity and heat and steam for our operations.
There's also the ability to use either number 2 fuel oil or natural gas, and depending on the price of natural gas versus fuel oil, it just gives us more flexibility. It insulates us somewhat against price spikes.
Environmental reductions are a huge piece of this as well. Switching fuels, reducing the consumption, you're reducing your emissions.
As well as being green in terms of cash savings to the Navy, this is green environmentally. It includes the latest in emissions technology to reduce the NOx emissions from the plant. It also, on the environmental side, allows us to substitute number 2 fuel oil for the number 6 fuel oil that we used to burn. Number 2 fuel oil burns a lot cleaner than number 6, so it's reduced significantly the hazardous emissions produced from our plant.
It just was the right thing to do in the right circumstance. It wasn't about politics, it wasn't about one-upmanship, it was, let's do the right, best solution to provide the service here.
The Navy has really benefited from this project and the entire series of projects we had at Great Lakes. And there's no way we could have done it without our partners in industry. We've worked with ComEd and with Ameresco, and in all cases we have had tremendous cooperation and support. We've worked hand in hand during design and construction, during building commissioning, when we were bringing the new systems online. The technicians from Ameresco and from their subcontractors were critical to our success in building a level of comfort in our own operators to take control of this state-of-the-art, sophisticated technology that was really something new and exciting for them. The key aspect of our success here, if I were to boil it down to one word, it would be partnership. It's been a true partnership from conception to commissioning, and we look forward to keeping this good thing going.